It's here. Yeah. Siding and stuff's here. I'm gonna scrape all this out with the loader. Just gotta let it warm up. Yeah, give that a good scrape out. I'm gonna try to put the siding and roofing and everything there. Have this all nice and clean, put the trailer back in with the siding in there. And yeah, freaking awesome. The siding, soffit, roofing, everything. It's all here. Allegedly. Maybe. If you trust them. Which I'd like to. One of the last major things to hook up is all the outlets in the bedroom. Gotta get up into this big box here and sort that mess of wires out. And then I can make some type of hatch to access it later so it's not a sealed box in the ceiling. Once that's hooked up, I pull the wiring stuff out of here. A little later, I'm going to throw one more wire through the floor or something. I'm going to use a 14-3 direct burial wire. It's just black shielding. And run that through so I can do two 15 amp outlets down in the heated crawl space area. Anyways, I'm going to get to work on this. Boom. She's done and hooked in. Just got to take the poly back, keep the air out. And I got the kitchen 20 amp outlets on too. Those are good. This fault breaker's working. Alright, let's work on some of the little things. Next little thing, get all these wires to go through this stud and out through the little box that'll be outside the wall there. It'll be that much closer to the next thing.
That's the insulation foam, I think, on the pipe.
Oh, let's go make sure I didn't poke a hole. Put my outdoor slippers on. Yeah. I shuffle these down, then I can make one column of wires go in between these two. For now, I'm just gonna poke them through. There, it's go. Give the old Milwaukee stapler a go at this round stuff. See what I think. Oh, like a glove. Yeah, I'll get it to actually fill that gap before I seal her up, but I like it. Ben's on his way. He can get those bottom pipes hooked up later on, maybe tomorrow. I can put the bottom wall together.
I always forget that you're still making progress. I expect it to look exactly the same.
Right. Figure I've just been waiting for you to come back.
Yeah.
Do these splits. Haven't been out here since. Yeah, hang the unit, hook all the stuff up, slide the piece behind.
When you wired the other two, did you take that black and red wire stub off?
Yes.
The one that says, please remove?
Yes.
We cut 3/4 of the way through. Break it off.
Cool trick. Very nice. Thanks for your help, Ben.
Oh, look at the reflection.
I thought it seemed brighter in here. Oh, winter days are so short. How long is that package? It's actually here somewhere. Oh, damn. means I can run the stuff for the dishwasher. That's what that is. Drain line and the feed line. Dishwasher's over to the right, so kind of pretty close to that corner. I'm gonna do a hole to run this hose through. And that's this guy. So that's supposed to be a 10-foot hose. The dishwasher should come with a length of hose. I know this might be a little bit more than 10 feet, but as long as I can get it stubbed out in the back corner there, then I can come down through here, around the back and through, and then still be able to make that connection, push it back and slide the excess through. Just run the fish tape through. I'm actually going to pull this corner cabinet out. It's only held on this side with some screws and these little filler pieces that are holding them off. I've decided that is, look down there, I've put a box at the floor to extend the dishwasher power supply, which means I'd have to go over it. That's not the end of the world. I could fish basically like a pool noodle, so it's just dumb. Move the shims. It's fine. Will fix it. Doing something like that. Oh, yeah. Have to reshim that up, but how much slack? So got a little to play. Oh, still, once I do the hookup, that will likely be enough slack over there that hooking it up, sliding it in and pulling that slack out might actually make all the connections without an additional piece on this side. I'd say it worked out pretty well. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Beautiful. Pretty much the final stage. Get the outdoor unit hooked up. That tool really adds a nice little flair to the fitting, eh?
Precisely what it does.
So you adjust that in a little further after you flare it?
Yeah, just because the stop guide on it, I find, is just a little bit shy of a perfect flare. I like to give it a little bit extra after it's done.
How come you don't do that right away?
Because I've done that and I've overdone it. It's hard to eyeball it when there's no flare on there already. And if you overdo it, it won't even fit in the net. Yeah, it's perfect.
How tight do you go with those?
Tight enough to feel the copper crush. Tight and then squeeze. Yeah. Oh, Popski.
There we go. Save you the cap. Yeah, Ben's gonna extend these so they can make it to their home point. Now, these ones are a little shy, and
We ran every single one of them too short.
Well, that was the full length of the rolls. So, or some of them anyways. Some extending was necessary. So the acetylene is 1/5
Yeah, 1/5
the oxygen.
5 to 1. Don't quote me on that, but that's what works.
All right, you heard it here first. Quoted by Ben, 5 to 1.
These two sticking up, right?
Yes, sir. So we're short on couplers, but we're committed. So what are you doing here?
Use a little piece of 3/8 pipe as a 1/4 inch coupler.
Does that mean you got to spread that then?
Nope, it'll fit right inside.
Oh, inside.
Yep.
Oh, I imagined you were going to spread the ends and put the other pipe inside of it.
Ew.
Oh, you're using the 3/8 as a coupler for the 1/4 inch.
That's correct.
Ah, okay.
Because we don't have any 1/4 inch couplers, but 3/8 is 1/4 inch on the inside. And we measure our pipes in outside diameter, so 1/4 is 1/4.
So
On the outside.
in a tighter pinch, can you spread a 1/4 inch to use as a coupler?
No,
Like that, I know it's very
it's
thin.
too small. Like, I don't have a tool that goes in there to spread that. That's way too small.
Okay.
I can spread 3/8, and which is what we're going to do for the 3/8 is the pipe expander.
Right.
It's obviously preferable to have the right fitting, but if you don't have it, you gotta make do with what you got.
Right.
I don't have any kind of squeezer down here.
What do you need to squeeze?
It's nice to give this a little pinch so it stays
All right.
where you want it, but it's not.
I will get you some. Actually, just bought some new ones today. Taking countertop soon. Over there. I know. Should have done that a month or 2 ago. Yeah. There. I bought a knife
Oh, good.
to open the package. So you just need a knife to open the knife. And then you can use that knife to open the package. Or a gorilla. No, they won't walk on you.
Yep. And I know they're at a good depth, and I've crimped them there.
So do you butt them together or do you leave a gap?
You can. This time I'm leaving a gap, but later. Perfect.
Oh, heck yeah. Now, can that rosebud get hot enough to melt the copper?
You got to be really careful not to. It'll just completely blast it away if you put it any closer.
Oh,
The trick is you got to balance it. You control the heat and just keep it just below cherry red, so the solder or braze can flow nicely.
Now you make it look easy, like foolproof.
I've done it a lot of times.
Good stuff.
Gotta go to work. Nice.
Well, they're half hooked up at least. Bye, Ben. Well, it wasn't perfect, but we got half the lines hooked up, and then Ben got a service call and had to go to work. So it is what it is. I think this is one of the last warmer days. So next time it's gonna be colder. But we'll get her hooked up. We'll get her working. Have a good night.